Oh snap, is this the third episode? Shoulders. That's the vibe I'm starting this episode with. Now listen. Oh man, good to have you guys here. Welcome everybody to a very special third episode of the DDR podcast. I'm your host, David Del Rosario. Joined alongside the green room, Anne-Marie Lee in the building. There you go. It's all we need to fire up this Tercer episode. This is the Return of the Jedi. If you'd like to use some sort of a reference to refer to this third episode, is it a trilogy? Who knows? Maybe it's a franchise, and then we'll get rebooted, and then everyone's starting something. I wanna be something, right? Shout out to Pedro Perez, bro. I wanted to go ahead and give it a second go around, so I can add a couple extra things that have popped off so I can talk about them. I love you. Shout out to P. Perez. Listen to him on SoundCloud. P. Perez, if you like some of that bumping tracks, hit him up. What do we got going on? First of all, right out the gate, if you like this podcast, follow me at David Funny Stuff. You can also follow Anne-Marie Lee at Anne-Marie Lee Comedy, okay? And get some of those videos going on right now. We have a lot of cool projects in the come up right now. Also, we have a lot of shows coming up as well. I have, by the time this comes out, I'm going to have Soho Beach House. Then I'll do Saturday. I'm headlining Open Stage Club, Miracle Mile. Get your tickets to havenotcomedy.com. It's going to be an amazing show, an amazing experience. Check it out. Come over, buy your tickets, and I'll go ahead and I'll add the link in the description so you can get your hands on those. If you're going to be in Los Angeles, I'm going to be doing Casa Torres with Anne-Marie Lee, and I'm also going to be doing Secret Loft in New York, so make sure that you go ahead and check out my IG, David Funny Stuff, and get some of those dates on your face, okay? And basically that's what I got going on right now at the moment, show-wise. Also, fun fact, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Okay? Merch. Ready for this? Okay? Polar Bear Titty t-shirts coming. Roo. You can go ahead and get your Polar Bear Titty t-shirts right now. If you like my stand-up, you know what I'm talking about. So guess what? I'm going to go ahead and send those your way. Hit me up. DM me. Let me know if you want one. I'll get you one. Get you some Polar Bear Titties in your face. Okay? So just to let you know, that's already out right now. Still working on a couple other things, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and move on with some of the cool things that have been popping off as of late. Cool things that I'm interested in talking about. Should we begin, Green Room? Should we fire away with the goodness? Yeah. That's all I need to continue. Now, a couple of trailers came out. Very, very big trailers have come out. And just to let you know, I'm kind of excited about most of them, to be honest with you. We have one called Midsummer. Okay, this one's by the director of the last big horror movie that I think came out was Hereditary. A lot of people were ranting and raving about that movie. Am thought it was kind of like not too scary, but like really weird and fucked up. I thought that it was very kind of scary with a lot of different elements. I even talked to Pedro, and he was just like, buddy of mine, he's like, hey man, I don't know, it was kind of freaky, and I was like, a lot of, so to different people, it was a different kind of horror movie and different kind of occurrences to different people, if that makes any kind of sense, which it probably doesn't, but nevertheless, very scary movie. There was a point in the movie of that movie Hereditary that I was like this, like something happens in the movie, I was just like, oh! Yo, and I was like that for like 5 minutes in the movie, and I have very few films have had, that kind of profound, like, and it's not like a jump scare. It's not gonna be like a cheap pop, like a, like, no. It's not gonna be like that. Green room with the sound effects. As you can tell, also, there's a thundery kind of day as we're recording this, so we're making this as fun as we possibly can. So this new movie that came out, it's called Midsummer, and it looks pretty wild, too. It's from the same director that made that film Hereditary, and man, it looks like it's about some festival that takes place every 90 years, and these people go out there on a whim. I don't know what they do it for, but then they go ahead and they get brainwashed and mind wiped into this whole ceremonial aspect of it that they don't even know that they're a part of, and it looks super freaking insane. And I'm probably going to check it out with Amp. Yay. And now, here's the deal. We also have another trailer that came out recently by the name of Sonic the Hedgehog. A lot of YouTubers have been coming down because they've been posting reviews on this video. I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to review it. And guess what? I'm not going to go ahead and give any kind of negative feedback to it. So if anything, this is promoting the film. Here's the deal. What the fuck is this humanoid hedgehog looking motherfucker doing on the screen right now? Jim Carrey's in it and good, you know, because I love Jim Carrey, but it's just like, they really hinged a lot of that trailer on Coolio's Gangster's Paradise and Jim Carrey's comedic ability. That hedgehog had very little heavyweight lifting to do in that trailer, so I hope that the CGI people do the right thing in making him look actually kind of dope. And the thing is they actually addressed it. The studios talked about it, and they're going to make it happen. So kudos to whatever movie studio. We'll pull this up when we do this in post, the movie studio footage and the logo. So hopefully they do something about that, because, man, can you imagine? Because they had that happen in Justice League. In Justice League, they had Henry Cavill, Superman's mustache, removed because he was doing Mission Impossible 4. And then so he was contractually obligated to have that mustache, which is kind of insane. And you could tell in Justice League when they did the reshoots. When they did the reshoots, you could tell that the CGI is over his upper lip, and you're just like, oh, man, this looks weird. So Justice League did that, but I guess Sonic the Hedgehog peoples are going to be like, yo, we hear you. We know what's up. All right? We know what you want. And also, another big trailer news, big trailer news, Spider-Man Far From Home. If you have not seen Avengers Endgame, you may not necessarily want to listen to this, as I may talk about the trailer and some of the things that they talk about. You may want to skip here if you want to skip out on the spoilers if you did not see Endgame. So apparently this is post Thanos snap. It's open a hole in reality. They're talking multiverse here, and I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to get crazy. In fact, Samuel L. Jackson says, bitch, you were in space in the trailer. So if he's going to be talking like that to Peter Parker, I think we're going to take it into a whole nother universe. I hope Samuel L. goes full Pulp Fiction in this movie. That'll be amazing. Listen, you motherfucking Spider-Man, I'm going to tell you that it'll be great. It'll be great. I know it. Because we're older Marvel fans, and you could sneak a bitch in a trailer. I don't care. I know kids are gonna watch this, but fuck it. So I liked it. And it was you know what's insane? They're pumping out these movies like hotcakes, man. This production schedule for Marvel is just probably insane. They already have the first big. It's like right around the corner. The summer films are busting them out. I'm gonna go watch it, and it's a comparable follow-up to Avengers Endgame. So, yeah, on that note, one of my favorite parts, I know it's one of your favorite parts, this is coming up right now. Let's make some noise for a little bit of a bubble break. With the rain sounds in the back, with the rain. Oh, man. Do you hear that? That's the majesty of a bubble break. Wouldn't you agree, Greenwood? Yeah. Soothing.
It's very relaxing.
Very relaxing, very soothing. I almost want to talk in a very sweet, soothing voice. I don't want anyone to be alarmed or feel like they're having some sort of a rough day. You know, a lot of people wonder. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to slow jams the midnight storm. All right. What do we got? We got a British kid talking to Santa Claus in a very mean way.
Father Christmas is not I
don't understand, Daddy. It's Father Christmas. That's how they refer to him, as Father Christmas.
No, I'm not. I'm on the good list, actually.
Father Christmas. Sorry. It's a little strange. Even Mother Superior, you know? Like to say Mother Superior. It's like,
I am on the good
relax,
list.
Peeps. I got my own pops, and
you
I can't
keep saying that word again and again.
I know
and
exactly
again.
what kind of thing. But it's like Father Christmas. If you don't give me presents, I'm going to go and take. I'm not on the naughty list. I'm not on the naughty list. I'm on the good list. How could you say I'm not on the good list, Daddy? Daddy, Father Christmas.
I'm not on bad list.
Daddy, Father Christmas.
No, I'm not.
Too much. Honestly, Uppercut Santa Claus. Oh, I'm going to uppercut. He was like, not once have I ever heard a kid. I've seen a kid cry on Santa's lap, but want to uppercut him? Damn. Kid is vicious. That kid's a good kid. Other things that happened were a bird got in front of a traffic camera. This is hilarious. Look at that. Right? So funny, dude. Because it's like, oh, is this another bird? This can't be another bird. What's going? I don't know. I just found it funny. It's like those pelicans from Finding Nemo. My. Oh man. What else? What else do we got? We also have this thing that I did recently. Am and I we went with a buddy. We went with Pedro, and we went to this hibachi place. Oh my god, the pageantry of this hibachi place. It was fantastic. It was called Samurai. Shout out to Samurai. Phenomenal meal. Phenomenal. Samurai. Okay, that's it. And no, but it was so good. Oh man, it was fucking good. It was just really, 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 really good. I recommend it if you're in the South Florida area, because I am currently at the Comedy and which, by the way, I had some pretty awesome shows, but I feel like I'd be backtracking. And talking about updates and stuff like that, but whatever. We're going to roll with it. We're just going to go ahead and roll with it. So this hibachi thing was so much fun because they sit you down at the table and then they start doing with the blades and the knives and the spatulas and shit like that, and then they do the onion volcano. Oh, the onion volcano. I was here for the inn for this past week and basically had 2 shows on Saturday, 1 show Friday, did Concrete Beach on Tuesday, and then I also did Box Elder that before that Friday show. And if you saw my IG, I was doing some crowd work with this kid Scout, 2 years old. I asked him what he did for a living. He does a lot of serious stuff, and that was just amazing. But to segue out of that, there was also this resort in Key Largo, just to kind of wrap up on this fantastic bit of news, that caught fire. And when I saw this in the news, they actually emphasized that it was an adult resort. They didn't say what resort it was to really cover up some of the nasty shit that was probably going down there at that said resort, because they were like, sunny days end in flames as a private adult resort catches fire in a, I think it was Key Largo, right? I don't know if it was it Key Largo? They didn't even mention the name. A private adult resort, so you know that place had just, it was some dude probably running out of one of the cabanas. Hey, my dick's on fire! My baby, pull your titties in, let's go! Man, that would have just been amazing if that's what went down, because they probably just did some nasty shit out there. It was like, it was sex wax. It was sex wax, and we had a lot of dirty shit going on, and it was an adult. What we were promised was that it was an adult resort, and we didn't know how many sex wax scandals that they had there, and apparently it smelled like eucalyptus and dick. And so shout out to that Key Largo. Hope you guys rebuild it and do something with it, man, because they didn't name drop the resort, so there was definitely some dirty shit going on there. Or they tried to keep it. Hey, could you keep a low profile on the name of the said resort? Luberex? Yeah. That was the name of the place? Yeah. No. Wait, Luberex? Luberex? No, that sounds like a medication for dry pussies. That does. That totally does. Luberex was the name of the adult place? What do we got? Thunder. Oh. No, for real though. Was that the name? Luberex. Don't say that. Was it Luberex? I can't trust you as a green room if you're going to feed me these falsities. Oh, man. Well, we'll pull up the name. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. But there was some nasty shit definitely going down there. And we'll end it on that. There was a lot of cool stuff that we talked about here today. And I want to let you know that I'm super appreciative of everybody that's listening to the podcast, watching the videos. And that's going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up on that fire-ass third episode of the DDR podcast. Shout out to the Green Room. We got Anne-Marie Lee. Follow her at Anne-Marie Lee Comedy. You can follow me at David Funny Stuff. I am headlining May 11th at Open Stage Club. Get your tickets at havenotscomedy.com. Follow me, follow her, follow us, and follow this podcast. Third episode. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell. I love you guys. Peace.